Good morning, Grace Harbor. Ooh, I had a crack. I'm actually not late. I thought I was going to be late. Welcome to the Sherry Show. Those of you who are on, say hello. Let me know if you can hear me. Um, and I am just here. This is like, I guess, technically my first live feed that I planned a little more for, but it's really just a follow up to the first two test live feeds that I did. First of all, I'm Sherry. I live in Aberdeen, Washington, 48 years old. And the reason I'm here, people keep asking me why I'm doing this. And the reason I'm doing this, I've been an MC and event coordinator for 15 years, and part of the reason I wanted to do this is because I like to talk a lot. Michelle, if you're on, you ooh, hey Shawnee, my brother's on. Sweet. Michelle, obviously, hopefully you can hear me since you said you could, so I don't have to worry about that. So I I've been, after I did my live feed for the 13th annual Oktoberfest Northwest running of the Wieners, I started to get a little antsy. Morning, Patty. Sweet. Sean, Patty lived down the street from us in Chicago. Happy Friday, everybody. I When I did my 13th annual live feed, sort of virtual running of the Wieners, it really gave me the bug for doing this live stuff. It's really fun. You get kind of that little bit of excitement before you do it, and it's off the cuff. I mean, I do have notes, and I probably I'm assuming and hoping I get better as time goes by, but um it's just fun. There's a little bit of energy about it. I mean, I can create videos all day long and take photos all day long, and I get a little bit of rush from that. Some of you who follow me might know one of my photos the other day made me cry. but um, uh, I'm getting off track here. What I wanted to do today was kind of go back over some of the stuff that I've talked about this week. Part of why I'm here is because I love Grace Harbor, and a lot of people tend to be negative about the area and talk about the bad stuff more than they do the good stuff. So this is about my Aberdeen and what I see in the harbor area and surrounding areas. And eventually I would like to expand my exploration. And hey, morning, Michelle. I was just talking to you. It took me a couple minutes to get online because my animals were not cooperating. And you may know I was also out front feeding a deer apples after I got off the phone with you. Um, so a few things I want to talk about besides myself. Let's go with the other reason why I'm here. I quit drinking last May, and I picked up a camera, which I've told, I don't have it. Usually I have it right here to use as an example. I picked up a camera and I am addicted, officially addicted. I started taking videos and thought, wow, it'd be kind of cool to make a YouTube channel. I've been researching and trying to figure out how to go about doing everything the right way. Oh, do you guys want me to be big until I start talking about respecting our feathered friends? Good morning. And I got kind of down for a couple of weeks, like really in my head, and a lot of people are having that problem right now. It's hard. Oh, I hear somebody coming downstairs. It's really hard to get out of your head with all this COVID stuff going on, politics. By the way, I don't know if I have this posted in my little ticker, but this is a politics free zone. So we will not be discussing politics in any way, shape, or form ever. Mom's going to the grocery outlet. Shawnee was on. Shawnee is on, I think. Yay. Hi, Michelle. Glad you can see me. So what happened was I got really into my head. My channel was reviewed really randomly by a guy named Nick Nimmin. And part of this whole story with me is that I've researched a ton. Like I'm constantly researching different ways to do this, different cameras to get, different microphones, different webcams. Right now, I'm not using a webcam. I'm using the Droid app and my phone. So, mom went to the grocery outlet. So I got really deep into my head and depressed for a couple of weeks. And although sometimes people don't see it on the outside, people are sad on the inside. And I was watching Sean. I don't know if you watch this guy's page, but his name's Cody Warner, and he is awesome. He's a videographer and he's been doing daily vlogs for a really long time. And he got kind of into his head, and um, his page is similar to mine, where it's like share the sunshine. It doesn't necessarily have to be something important every time you take a video or do a vlog or um, take a photo. But what it should be to me is sharing the sunshine. I want other people, if one person is affected by the things that I do, by my sunset chases, by my silly bird stalking videos, then that my mission is complete, is how I feel. So that's my goal. I when I went to Bottle Beach, we and we'll talk about Bottle Beach a little now. How about that? So Bottle Beach is a state park here in the harbor. It's just on the other side of the harbor. So my animals are not going to cooperate today. Like, that bird never says a word hardly, and he's going to squawk for you guys. So meet Mickey's voice. So we went over there and I was really impressed. It's a really great place. Now, my mom lives here with us, and she's 70 years old. And a lot of us here in the harbor have parents that we help out or neighbors. And it's a really great, it's like a 0.7 mile trail. It's all flat. It's, what's the word I'm looking for? Wheelchair friendly. They have a really nice bathroom facility, and it's amazing. Like, you can take little kids, older people that don't get around so well. If you're just trying to get back in shape and want to get out into nature, it's a great place to go. I'm going to switch my little ditty over here, and I'm not sure which way to go. So that's just the beginning of the trail that we're looking at here. My pictures, it was the light. I'm learning, Sean. Yes, she is 70 years young, Patty. Thank you. She'll appreciate that too. Just imagine a slightly older me. She's got very similar personality. And yeah, she is. She's fun to be with. So I found this place and I'm like, this is awesome, because a lot of the trails we go to are a little too long or a little too tough. This is an awesome trail. There were, I would say, thousands of these caterpillars there. I don't know what they're called because I don't research properly. I just talk and do and jump in head first. But the trail was amazing. And where I wanted to get to on this is, I might be going backwards. That or they're not in order here. They're not in order. Darn it. All right. So when you first get on the trail here, it's not far, maybe, I don't know, couple hundred yards maybe, and you get to this really cool, they have 3 shelters built there that are for bird watching. Basically, it's kind of a hide and keep your annoyance to the birds on the low level. But you get there and you don't realize when you first get out on the trail how close you are to the beach. And all of a sudden, oh, cedar waxwing, my first challenge bird. There it is. So this is one of the hides that they have built. And I hope the bird's not too low. Is the bird noisy? I really hope the bird's not. It's like breaking your eardrums. You see this and you come up to it, and all of a sudden you realize that you are, boom, right there on the beach. And it's awesome. And you get out on the beach and, up and down. So across over here, ooh, let's make me smaller. You got a view here of, this is out Westport over here, and then the other way. So We've got Aberdeen over here, and I think I got a shot. Yep. So we've got Westport here, and over here is Aberdeen. Got a big ship there. It's just beautiful. The day we were there, the tide was up really high, and there we go. There's Westport. We went out to Westport the other day, and I was really sad that Mama B's Bakery is closed. If anyone out there is watching and you know whoever runs or ran Mama B's Bakery, please let me know, because it was the best sweets I've ever had. And since I quit drinking, that's my addiction. Sweets and this. So let me know, because I want a whiskey bacon brownie. The whiskey's cooked out. Or an apricot muffin would be amazing as well. So there I am in one of the hides. Mike actually took a photo of me for once. He might be watching. This is another really cool little shot from the trail. And as you get closer, you realize, oh, look, that little hidey hole is hiding more water. So and the beach itself is really nice, like I said, but the neat thing to me about it is that Grace Harbor in itself is considered the single most important shorebird feeding area on the Pacific coast, and it attracts more than 1 million birds every year, every spring. And up to 20% of the migrating birds use the area just off Bottle Beach. And they've just been researching and discovering this over just the last, I don't know, decade. I don't even know if it's that long. And this year, as we know, some of us who are birdie people, we're losing a lot of birds. They're finding thousands and thousands of dead birds in Mexico, New Mexico, in the Gulf Coast, that I don't know if it's because people are researching it as we speak, literally, if it's because of the forest fires and the smoke and the strange weather. Like New Mexico had snow, and it was like 6 weeks ago, I think. So it's a little scary that we're losing a lot of these migratory birds, and our area is a huge, in fact, as I said, the single most important stop on their way up in the spring. And in the fall, not as many of them stop, but I think it's because their bellies are full, is my personal theory. But it's a great place to go. So if you haven't, part of the reason I highlighted it. I've got a video coming up on my YouTube channel all about the day we spent with all of the photos that I took. And I talked to some people that I know that have lived here in the harbor all their lives, and they've never been out to Bottle Beach. Or there's also a trail, Blue Slough Trail, that you can go down in Cosmopolis and walk all the way from Blue Slough to Preacher's Slough. It's about, I think it ends up being like 5 miles round trip. Mickey, come on. At least use your words, not just squawks. Oh my Lord. So, in any case, it's a great place to go. And so is the Blue Slough Trail. And I will do an entire video about that and talk about it. The entire thing is flat. It was funny because they have the road closed down there, so a lot of people don't think you can go down there right now. And I went down there one day and I thought, oh, nobody's ever down here. And I hopped out of my car and I went into the cleanest porta potty in the world, by the way. And I came out and these 3 ladies popped out of the trail and they were like, oh, look at this. This is beautiful. We've never done this before. So I sat and BS'd with them for a while. And it's a great trail, and it's another easy one. It's longer if you want to go all the way, but you don't have to go all the way. You can just go in a mile or so and come back out, and you're right there at the boat launch on the Chehalis flood surge plain. So it's really cool. And that's that basically is my goal, is to introduce places that another Blue Slough Trail. My friend Julie, if she's watching, I think she's at the pumpkin patch today. But she was telling me the other day that she has never walked that trail, and she's lived there all her life too. So there's a lot of little nuggets around here that people are unaware of. I just found out 3 years ago about the boardwalk down in Bowerman, and that's an amazingly beautiful place, and is also connected to the the southwest loop of the Washington Bird Trail for the Audubon Bird Trail. So there's a lot of cool places, and I want to explore more and more and more and more and more. So that's part of why I'm here. Another part of why I'm here is I like to talk a lot. If it's not blatantly obvious, and I miss doing my events so much. I'm so sorry about the bird. I don't know. I'm not going to apologize again, but he's never. Those of you who have been watching my live feeds know he's really quiet. You wouldn't even know he's here today. Not so much. So I apologize if he's blowing your eardrums out. He has a handful of peanuts over there, and he's just being Mickey. He's over 50 years old. We don't know exactly how old he is, but he's old. And he has run in the house, so he's in charge. So another thing I wanted to talk about today was Halloween in the harbor. Halloween all over with COVID. I mean, how many of you are actually celebrating Halloween, and how are you doing it? I'm curious. I looked up some of the Washington State, where am I at here? The Department of Health. And of course, it goes through all of these tips for a safer Halloween. Many of the traditional ways in which we celebrate Halloween involve contact with non-household members in large group settings. And obviously this year we have to rethink that. And I'm just kind of curious as to how many people are planning squawk. Thanks, Patty. It would be really cool if he would just sit on my shoulder, but like through the live feeds, wouldn't it? But no, he would rip my ear off, maybe my eyeballs out. I'm not sure which. He can't stand me. First bird I've ever had that doesn't like me. So Halloween, Patty, what are you doing for Halloween? Are you guys doing anything? I think we decided we are just gonna go with. I'm going to put together, we don't have a lot of trick-or-treaters normally here. So I'm going to do a live feed, first of all, and I'm going to go around over the next 7 days or 6 or 7 days or so. And I'm going to take pictures and talk to some of the locals that are decorating their houses. Like they're doing them up. It's so cool. I don't think I've seen ever as many houses that are, I'm like, it's serious. It's like they need to do Christmas Vacation. There's a few houses around here that are totally Griswold style, but Halloween. So they need to do a Halloween Vacation movie. What do you guys think? Okay. What we decided we're going to do is, I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a table outside. I'm going to get some of the blaze pumpkins, which are really cool. And I'm going to set them like 6 feet apart. And on the table, we're going to have little gift bags that have like a handful of treats in them and tied. That way people don't have to dig their hands into a communal candy basket. And, it'll hopefully be safe. Mike's talking about putting up he wants to build a gigantic Jack Skellington that's like as tall as our front porch. We'll see if it happens. I actually hope it happens because it will be amazing. Everything Mike does is amazing when he puts his mind to engineering something. So the other thing, besides Bottle Beach and Halloween, was just COVID in general. I hope and pray that everybody out there is staying positive. It's really hard to stay positive with all of this, and I think all of us these days can attest to it. And just the fact that I'm cheery doesn't mean it doesn't affect me. Like I said, it affected me really, really badly. And if anybody has ideas for ways you can beat the COVID blues, share them, pop them in the comments. Let us know, even if it sounds silly. For me, my thing is photography. I go out. If I don't go out, even if it's raining, if I don't go out for a couple of days, I can feel myself getting sucked in to the sadness and the questions in your head. How long is this going to last? Will we be able to host Oktoberfest again next year, or will it be another year of no big events? It's a little bit frustrating and scary, I think, for everybody. So, Mike, are you serious? Were they? See, Patty has the same idea. Mike's on. Your ears were ringing. Is that? Oh, because I was talking about you. I'm glad you're watching. I kind of assume that since you're working, you're not watching, but I forget that you have a computer there. Um, so, so I wrote myself this letter the other day, this note. That's you. So I was getting depressed because they reviewed my channel and said I was all over the place, which we know. I'm a basket case. I have 18 personalities. And this whole process going through trying out YouTube and figuring out how to do it. And there are 18,000 actually unwritten rules about YouTube. And one of the big ones is to pick a niche or niche, however you want to say it. And I decided that we all know I put my hat on and I'm leaving it on because I'm not going to let outside influences affect my personality on here and how I do this. So I have my road to 100 videos. Check me out on YouTube. Say hi if you're watching on YouTube, because this is the official first time I did a live stream, and it's going to Facebook and YouTube. So say hi if you're over there. I was talking about Cody Warner and how positive he is. I watched his channel shortly after I was in my down in the dumps, I suck at this thing, and he really pulled me out of it. So did Roberto Blake. He was like, just do 100 videos, see, and go from there and figure it out. I've done everything from just what was the one I did? Oh, I did my review and test setup of the hunting blind, my birding hut. That was really fun. So I'm going to do more like that. I have a few silly things that I'm planning on doing. We're going to review some of the I don't know if you've seen those Facebook ads where they have like these amazing camping chairs that are only $20, and there's another one for a dog gate or a baby gate. My mom ordered them for us, and they were one of them. We didn't even get the chair. All it was a teeny tiny, not even big enough to put both feet on, like camping stool. So we're working on some fun videos for the channel. I don't know if anybody has any questions about me, but I'm just going to keep talking because that's what I like to do. I'm talky. That's on my notes. Talky. Why are you talky, Sherry? I always have been. I got in trouble as a kid in school. It was always on every single report card. Talks too much. Well, you know what? Here I am, still talking too much. Did anyone else get that weird severe weather alert this morning about it being freezing? It's supposed to freeze. I don't remember getting weather alerts. I mean, up until like the last year or so for frost. Does anyone remember that? Anyone? I just remember the frost, and I did this on my Facebook page this morning. I remember, you open the door, there's frost. Boom, there's frost. Why was there a weather alert for it? I don't understand. And back in the day, it was like, ooh, frost. That means it's mushroom season. I don't do that anymore. Anyway, let's see, am I still sounding okay, looking okay? I wanted to go through, I'm going to look at this. You get to look at the side of my head for a second. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I moved my desk around. I turned it the other way so you don't have to look at the giant empty wall behind me anymore. Oh, I know what I wanted to show. These are so cute. Okay, hold on. Let me get back to you guys. Here we are. There you are. And I want to go to this. I'm going to keep going through this. That's one of my favorite photos that I took the other day. There's a thing about photography for me. I know not everybody gets it, but I like the different shots, like different perspectives. And you can walk around anywhere. You can walk around your house if it's pouring down rain and thunder and lightning and find different views of things that you're just not used to looking at things from that point of view. And that's one of my photos that I'm particularly proud of. I just love the contrast in that pine cone. Okay. Because pine cones are amazing. Oh, and this one I like too. Doesn't it? I think it looks like there's like pollen on this little guy's back. And I don't know if maybe a bird got him and he got loose. I don't know how he would get pollen on his back. If anyone has any ideas, let me know. Excuse me. But I wanted to get to, and there's holly. I didn't know there was holly out there. So we've got the robins. Oh, Sean, I don't know if you're still watching, if you've seen, this was cool. These little birds, not little, but there was robins, song sparrows, cedar waxwings, and I'm about to come up to my photo of, northern flickers. There's technically 4 of them. I don't think the 4th one you can see in this shot, but if you're into birds at all, obviously I'm going to lose a bunch of you right now because I'm going to nerd out because of my avian voyeur habits. But I've had a really rough time getting photos of northern flickers. They're really flighty. They're really flickery. And there were 4 or 5 of them ahead of us on the trail. Yeah, Sean, look at this shot. It's so cool. There were like 4 or 5 of them ahead of us on the trail, and they stayed there about 20, 30 feet ahead of us. So as we would walk, they would keep going and the flickers would fly. And I caught this shot and I think it's so cool. It's blurry, but I've got the 2 on the ground there, and I never knew. Now I knew they had red on their undersides because you can see it as they're flying. So we got the shiny white butt here, but I never knew they had red, that like neon orangish red on the top of their wings and their flight feathers. It's super cool. I had no idea. And I didn't know until I got home and looked at this photo. I was like, oh, it's so cool. So I'm particularly happy with that photo. It makes me warm and fuzzy. We got a sparrow there. And that was one of the photos. I think there was another reason I was pulling this up. Another cool little perspective shot here. Like simple things like a robin. That makes me smile that I got that shot. He's kind of sitting in the shadows. And you don't need a fancy camera to do stuff like this either. That's another thing. There's my cedar waxwing. It's another thing you don't need. You don't have to have a fancy camera to do this. I started with like an 8-year-old Nikon Coolpix that my mother-in-law gave me when I was visiting her in Arizona in February. And when I got out of detox and decided I was going to not ever drink again, I was like, I got to find something to do. So I picked up that camera and I got frustrated with it because it's so old and slow and it wasn't rechargeable. And I was like, okay, so I got a newer version of that camera. Just because it's easy to use, but I am learning, Sean. I'm learning about especially my lighting and aperture and all that. I've been reading and testing, but this camera's so easy to use. I'm a little spoiled. So we'll see what happens. I do want a nicer one. I've had 2 paid jobs too. I'm very excited about that. But it's really easy. Most of us have a phone on us all the time. And a lot of the newer phones have amazing cameras. In fact, my camera in my LG that you're looking at me through right now is, I think it's almost comparable to my Nikon B600. As far as megapixels go, it's actually better when it comes to, it has, it's not all automated. You can completely go manual with it. But even if you have an older phone, Michelle, you take pictures all the time with your older phone and they come out pretty good. And it doesn't really matter how great the photo is that comes out in the end. It's that you stopped for a second, at least to me, that you stopped for a second to capture that memory, to capture it and be able to look at it. You don't have to just bring it up in your brain, kind of like Facebook memories, that you go in and you find this file of photos and you're like, wow, I forgot about that. So stop and smell the roses once in a while and remember a moment. There's a few times that I haven't lately, and now I've decided, thanks to Cody Warner, I take my camera everywhere with me now, everywhere. Whether I have, I take my phone, yes, but my camera is always there with me. And as long as I'm not going to be late for something important, I stop and I get out and I I take a picture of something amazing that I just drove by or walked by or that I want to remember. So, yeah, aren't these birds really pretty? Cedar waxwings. I had never seen one in real life until this year, and that was my first goal. I set myself goals with my photography with the birds. I like taking pictures of everything, but the birds in particular are challenging. They're really hard to get sitting still, especially these guys. They're really flitty too, like the flickers. Flitty like the flickers. I don't know, I just find it, like I said, challenging, very challenging to get these guys. I love head-on shots. That's my new thing too. Our head-on shots of birds, because everybody takes these side views all the time, and of course you want these bright eyes and they're it pop makes the picture pop when you got that eye in it. But I love the head-on photos, especially these guys, because it looks like they're wearing a mask. Little bandits. They're the raccoon of the birding world. And they've got that really bright yellow on their tail. There we go. Looks like he's wearing sunglasses. They're freaking adorable. And there's my famous tongue pick. I love this picture. Absolutely love this picture. At first, I thought there was something wrong with it, and I realized that's his tongue pulling the berry in. And of course, everyone that knows me knows my tongue's typically doing what it wants, and it's bird after my own heart. Oh, there's Mike. I don't know if he's still watching. Yes, I put it up here. We were sitting up on top of one of the bird hides where you can hide. And, isn't that so funny? You know what the really funny thing about that tongue and berry shot, Patty, is when we were kids here in Washington, my aunt used to get seaweed, those seaweed, can't think what you call them, but and keep it in a bowl. And when my brother or my cousins or me, I was pretty good when I was little, would swear, they would tell him we had to eat them. So they called him, or when he would stick his tongue out. Sean, you might remember that. I'm sure you do. And when he would stick his tongue out, they would say he had to eat the seaweed, and they called them tongue berries. So that's immediately where I went when I saw that picture. I was like, "Ooh, tongue berries." So yeah, that's a bit of it. This talks a little bit about the migration, and I'm about to upload this video. I think I'll be doing it on Monday. I'm still putting it together for my Facebook page that has more detailed information about the park and the migration and just the wildlife. This one here, I was like, that looks like a cedar waxwing, but it looks different, and it's actually a juvenile. So it's a youngin. I didn't know they had the striations on their plumage like that. Bird nerding. But, ooh, and mushrooms. I can't remember if Mike, if you're so, I guess, yeah, kelp, but like the little berry part of it, like, isn't there a word for it? We'll just call them tongueberries. I say that's it. It's official. Mike told me what kind of mushrooms these are. They were huge. I think I got a picture of, there we go. So that's my hand, which I don't know. I don't have tiny hands. I guess they're not big, giant man hands either, but these mushrooms were ginormous and cool. I wish that one was clearer, but I was trying to get those other kings. There you go. Thank you, Mike. I still can't believe I've been telling my mom for 3 days that I'm doing a live feed today, and she messaged me 15 minutes or about a half hour before I started. She goes, "You want to go to the grocery outlet?" I was like, I can't really, but I will if you want to wait. So she's at the grocery outlet now. I want to figure out what these plants are too. These that get these fuzzy things on them. I'm going to figure all this out, and eventually I will be knowing the proper information about my photographies. I love this fence. I told Mike I want to do this with our fence really bad, where they've taken it and done the cutouts like they're the pussy willows. And I took a video of a caterpillar. So now I think we're out. Yeah, so that's the end of those. And back up here. I'd like to get the word out. Next week I have I'm gonna have a guest. Sean, we need to do a feed together. We need to banter. Mike gets nervous, even though our bantering is great. Mike gets nervous. I want to do a live feed with you. We have to figure out a topic. So I'm going to do a live feed on Halloween, which is a week from tomorrow. And those of you who are out there that are watching in the Grays Harbor area, let me know if you have a house you'd like me to highlight. I'm going to get in touch with my neighbor, and there's a guy down the street, or if you have an amazing costume that you or your kids are going to be putting together. I'm going to pop my email up here. Send me pictures and I'll post them with my live feed next week. And I'm going to do like some giveaways too. Like if your picture ends up on the stream, I'll get in touch with you and win a t-shirt. Or I don't have any of my swag here that I have to give away. Oh, my eagle is not facing you. But I'm going to be doing some giveaways, and we're going to talk about just Halloween in general. We're going to have fun with it. I'm going to post all the pictures and interviews that I do throughout the next week of people who are I'm calling them Halloweeners because they're super into Halloween and they're really Halloweeny. So shoot me an email of awesome pictures that you see of houses decorated, or people in costume, your kids in costume, you in costume ideas. I would love to see it and have stuff to share here with everybody. It's not just Grays Harbor that's watching me. I am all over the world right now with all 6 of you. So let me know. Also, if you have Grays Harbor places that you want me to check out, or you think that I would think are cool, let me know. Businesses. I'm going to be interviewing Deb. She is one of the moderators of Aberdeen 98520 Facebook page, and we're going to be talking next Wednesday, 10 a.m. again. And we're going to be talking again. And this is what I'm so stoked about, is about the positive sides of our area, the positive attributes of our area, and different ways. Again, it's going to incorporate things to do to stay out of that COVID brain, to keep from letting it take you over, and businesses that are still open. I'm getting ready to talk to her, so I don't know exactly what we're talking about for sure yet, but that's in general what we're going to be talking about. If you have a business that you'd like to have highlighted, let me know. I will come and talk to you, or we can do it live on here. Deb's going to be on here with me. She's going to be sharing my screen. And, I went into a coffee place in Hoquiam the other day, and there was nobody in there. And I don't know how long. The guy was like yakking my ear off, and really nice guy. And it was like maybe somebody hadn't been in for a while. But, these businesses that are still open and are still struggling to stay open, we need to support them. The skating rink is doing a fundraiser right now. They've got t-shirts in that coffee shop that are super cool. I need to go get pictures. Maybe I'll go talk to them. These businesses are all still open, and just because you're staying in more than we all used to, doesn't mean that you can't go out once in a while and grab a cup of coffee, or make it to go order and hop in and grab it and take it away. Support these local businesses. They're really important to our community. And they'll thank you after all this is over, that they're still hanging in there and sticking around. Hong Kong restaurant in Kazi opened the other day. And I might have a job there. I'm pretty excited about that. So I'll have a little more to do than sitting here and yakking at you guys and taking videos and photos, but I love it. Part of this for me is I figured out that I think if I figure it out and get it fine tuned, I could make it like some sort of a residual income, like a job, which isn't that everybody's dream, is to do something you love for a living. So if there's some way I can create a residual income stream from this somehow, that would be stinking amazing. But I'm not holding my breath. What time are we at? It is, oh my gosh, 40 minutes. I've been talking for 40 minutes. Holy moly. I guess that's it, I think. Let me see. Oh, guess what I did? So, Sean, if you're still here, you remember how we were talking about how I need like a theme song? And I said I wanted to be, I wanted to use that beginning, that dun, dun, dun from Oh Sherry by Steve Perry. I sent him a message this morning, a video message, asking if I could use the first few seconds of that song for my YouTube page intro, because, well, it's Oh Sherry, and I like it. So we'll see if I hear back from Steve Perry. Hey, everybody, message Steve Perry on Facebook, or at least his Facebook page. It's probably just his promo guy that takes care of it, but I sent him a personal message asking if I could use a few seconds of his song for my ginormous YouTube page with 30 subscribers, by the way. I would like to thank all my subscribers out there, because that was my next milestone, was 30 subscribers. So woo-hoo, I'm gonna throw a party. 40 years. Yes, true. Hey, don't be a smartass, Mike. You're supposed to show your love and support, not tell me there's no end in sight of my talking. Rude. So I guess that's it. Let's see the talkie. So, one other thing I just wanted to say. No, I'm not a professional photographer, which is obvious if you've been watching, but I'm learning and getting better every day. I'm not a professional YouTuber, but I'm learning every day. I am a professional chatster, and I have been emceeing and coordinating events for 15 years. So I think that's why this kind of comes naturally to me. So I do like to talk, obviously. So we're going to work on some topics. If you guys have any topics to suggest, or places, businesses in the area, let me know. I have started let me see here. Oh, my competition just started their live video early. Stinkers. Where is it here? So I'm going to pop this up on the screen real quick. Oh God, that picture is terrible. I need to change that picture. So I signed up for a Buy Me a Coffee account, and it's basically a gas fund for me for my exploration. It's like $3, 1, 3, 5, and 10. If you wanna support me and tip me out a couple bucks every once in a while when you're watching the show, or if you're watching the YouTube and you enjoy the videos or take something from them besides just the fact that I'm a chatty Kathy, hop in there and throw a few bucks in there. And we're working on a format for regular subscribers to get special perks, behind the scenes videos, private chats, all kinds of fun stuff like that. So check it out. It's also in the top of the chat. I'm on Facebook, which you obviously know if you're watching in Facebook. We're also streaming this to YouTube right now. And hi to both of y'all's. And I've got an Instagram. I've got the whole 9 yards. Instagram, Twitter. I'm a twit. I love that. Yeah, I had all those written out, but I don't like them. It's just too much. Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, all that fun stuff. So I think that's it. I think I'm going to say peace out for now. I'm going to be doing I'll be announcing what my shows next week. Well, like Wednesday, we're going to be doing Aberdeen 98520. And Monday, I will probably base it on what I see and do over the weekend, where we decide to go if the weather's not bad. I'm definitely going to be doing one on the Blue Slough Trail, and I'm over the next week, as I already said, going to be doing Halloween stuff. So I'm going to be going around taking pictures and video and talking to people about Halloween and how they're COVID Halloween. We need to write a song. All right, that's it. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll have more content and fun stuff and better stuff coming up over the next few weeks. Check out my YouTube channel and all my silly starting videos, and you can actually watch as I grow. It's kind of neat. And again, be you. Be you. Don't let yourself get in your head. Stay tuned to watch my road to 100 videos. I was just saying that if I get to 100, then the next one's going to be the road to 1,000. So have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Peace out. See you guys on the flip side.